Araloche, welcome to Mind Talk with Bobby Ngwanatsakhane, a compelling and transformative talk show designed to create a safe space for open discussion, healing, and empowering, reminding all the viewers of their inherent power over their past, present, and future. Today in studio, we've got Kilebogile Mogele. 3 years ago, when she lost her husband, grief almost destroyed her. Hi, Kilebogile. How are you?
Good day, Bobby. I'm fine in yourself.
I'm good. Take us back to that moment when you realized that your partner, your friend, is no longer there.
Yes. It was 2021 June on the 18th. It's a Friday. We were both COVID positive, but we were not that sick. Like, we are sick. I can't do anything. What happened is that a night before, he struggled with hemorrhoids, but I could tell that something was amiss. And then on Friday morning, what happened is that he asked me to bring him something like wheat bix, but they must be watery so that he can drink them. I did that. After a few minutes, I could see he's struggling to breathe. But I just asked him, I said, dude, I can see that you're struggling. Is there any problem? He just said, and if a man says...
So he was not talking, just nodding.
I knew that something was wrong. Then I asked him if I can take him to the hospital. He agreed. He walked himself downstairs. He walked downstairs to the car. I followed him with our last born. So we got to the car. I rushed to the hospital, and he said to me, "Why are you driving in such a hurry? Why?" No, I said to him, "No, I'm worried about you." He said, "No, just relax. Take a chill. Yeah, take a chill pill.
Wow.
Just relax, just drive, and then we'll get to the hospital." But along the way, and then he said he was thirsty. So we bought water for him. So now I'm driving, now I'm relaxed. We got to the hospital, Groenkloof Hospital in Pretoria. It was so full. It was the time of COVID, the Delta variant, the one that was so strong. When we got there, I parked just next to the emergency room. I called the nurse, they came in, they checked on him. They said no, because he's full. When somebody is done, then they will come and take him in. And then while we were waiting, my son said to me, "Mama, keep him busy," because he was sitting in the back seat. "Just keep him busy for some time before it was his turn."
Busy, like have a conversation.
Yeah. And then I went back to the back seat, and then I sat with him, trying to strike a conversation.
Yeah.
What he did, he just kicked me out, said, "What are you doing here? Get out." So, because now I got angry, I said to him, "Why?" And then I went to the driver's seat. The minute I sit, I look back, the guy was something else.
He was no longer there.
I called him, he responded, but you could tell he's not here. The eyes were just watching me like this. Then I screamed, and then the health professionals, they came, the nurses and the doctor, they came. The only thing that I remembered, I was rolling on the floor. I was praying and crying to God because I could tell that something was not okay. And then they came. When I look back, they came with a stretcher, and they were already pumping him. They took him in, and then I was just crying. So I went inside my car, and we sat with my son to wait for better news. Maybe they were able to revive him. After an hour or so, we were called in, and then we passed those consulting rooms. We went straight to an office. I just said, "I'm not going into any office.
You felt it.
I want to see my husband.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything except to see him." They said, "No, just come in. We'd like to explain something to you." My son said, "Mama, we don't have any news, so let's rather go inside and hear what they're here to tell us."
Say.
And then when I got inside that office, I sat flat on the floor because I could feel. And then when the doctor came, he just said to me, we tried. I don't think he had to finish that. And then I said, you tried what? And then I said to him, can you see my husband? Because he came here walking on his own. And then he said to me, he told me how many people died per day. I said, that's has got nothing to do with me, you know.
This is your husband?
Yes. And then remember when it's COVID, you were not allowed to go in and see the person. But the way I was so crazy, because it's like I was floating. I didn't know what was happening. I just rushed in there, wanted to see my husband. So when I got there, they've already covered him. And then I took off the cover and I slept on top of him for, I don't know for how long, just maybe thinking if I can breathe something, he will come back. Yeah.
It's okay.
So what happened next, I don't remember. I just recall waking up the next day at home. I don't know what happened to my son because he had to sign off his father's body because it was only me and him. So, you know, I've been struggling since then. Sometimes I think I made strides, but because I suppress my emotions, because people are so judgmental, you can't say anything, then they will have remarks like, it's already 3 years now, can't she heal? So sometimes you just keep it to yourself. And I try to do therapy, and I make sure that I meet people who are traveling the same journey as me so that I can be inspired, maybe just for me to try and get better. But sometimes I feel like I'm not making any progress.
It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And I want to say something to you. The way you are, the way you look, I'm so proud of you, because for you to walk with that pain of losing somebody, it's not easy, especially when you say people are very judgmental. But seeing you here, it makes me so happy and I'm so proud, and I hope that after today's episode you will get something from this and be able to go home and carry on with healing. When we come back after the break, we're going to hear from Umam Reini. What can Kele do going forward to deal with the situation and find healing and live again? We'll be right back.